Hi, you're very welcome. We're gonna get started straight away. Take a comfortable seat. This is called Sukhasana, easy pose. So a nice cross-legged seat. Take your time getting there. You can do whatever you like with the hands. So maybe palms face up, maybe palms face down. Ground your sit bones down into the ground or the yoga mat and see if you can sit with a lifted heart and relaxed shoulders here. So as you get settled in, you might just start to tap into your breath. Notice if you're breathing just nice and easy today or if it's a little tough. And we're going to consciously start to breathe a little deeper. So breathing down into the lungs, into the diaphragm, letting the belly get big, and then maybe letting the breath come out through pursed lips. So cultivating a slow breath, inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. Maybe purse your lips. Soften your shoulders down. We'll breathe like this again. Inhale. And exhale out through pursed lips. Now, if you want to keep going with pursed lips, you can, but you might seal the lips now and just breathe in and out through the nose. And we'll work to cultivate what's called Ujjayi breath. This is a slight restriction in the back of the throat, so it's almost like a little soft snore. Really, we're cultivating an audible breath. And then slowly we'll bring the hands together at the heart. Don't worry too much about your breath. Just see if you can make each inhale a little longer. And each exhale a little longer. And then you might set an intention for your practice. Just anything at all that resonates for you today. Maybe I cleanse or I clear. I trust. And then bow your head to your hands. Keep the shoulders soft. And then release your palms and lift your head. So we're going to inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears, scrunch up the face, and exhale, drop the shoulders down. Inhale, lift shoulders up to your ears, squeeze, hold the breath, and exhale, big release. Inhale one more time, squeezing shoulders up to ears, squeezing the face, and exhale, let it go. So work it out a little. We're going to start to get into the muscles of the neck. So drop your chin to your chest and gently rock one ear over your shoulder. And then kind of draw a U, letter U with your nose, and we'll go side to side here. So right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. And then bring your head back into center. We'll take the right hand down to the ground and lift the left arm up to the sky, side body stretch. So you might stay up quite lifted, or you might be able to bring your elbow a little closer to the ground. See if you can open your low ribs up to the sky while keeping your outer left hip nice and grounded down. Inhale, bring your hands back and your torso back up, and we'll switch. So take the left hand down, bring the right arm up to the sky and over, and work it out a little bit. Keep both hips nice and heavy. Maybe come down to the elbow and try and just feel long in the right side body. Pull the right shoulder blade down in the socket and keep a nice gentle eye on your neck, if that makes sense. Just be gentle. Then take the palms together, interlace the fingers, bring the arms up to the sky and open on the exhale. So inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, palms away from you and up. Big stretch, and exhale, open, arms down. Great, hands come back down to the heart now, and we're going to make our way to all fours. So really take your time getting there. Take your knees underneath your hips, feet in line with the knees, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, and come to tabletop position first, and then we'll move into cat-cow. So cat-cow is an inhale to drop the belly, and an exhale to round the shoulders. Inhale, dropping the belly, maybe lifting the chin if that's comfortable, and exhaling, dropping the chin and really rounding through the upper back and shoulders. Inhaling, dropping the belly. Exhaling, rounding the spine, really pressing away from the fingertips, press away from the mat. A couple more times on your own. So we're syncing breath to movement, which we'll be doing a lot in this practice. Okay, once you've had enough, you're going to extend the right leg out behind you. So do a little rock back and forth and check it out, stretching that hamstring. And if you like, you can lift the right leg up in line with your hip. If you're comfortable there, you can lift the left arm as well. So you have the opposite arm extended forward and the opposite leg extended back. You think about being a table here, so pull the navel up to your low back. Breathe in, and then exhale, we're going to round it in, touch your left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round it in, really squeezing. So inhale, we find length. Exhale, we squeeze, compress, maybe even squeeze the face like we did before. Inhaling, stretching, exhaling, coming back to tabletop. Nice, we're going to tuck the toes under now, sit on the heels if that's comfortable, and then lift the torso up over the pelvis. Come to a foot stretch. So this can be a little bit intense in the soles of your feet. Breathe into a sensation, and if it's too much, then you can just come to the tops of your feet. We're going to give some love to the wrists before we come back to tabletop. And then once you're back in tabletop, we'll extend the left leg out long behind you. You can have it down or keep it lifted, it's up to you. If you keep it lifted, keep your left ankle in line with your left hip, so one line, and then maybe extend the right arm out. So left leg's back, right arm is extended forward. Draw your navel up to support your low back, keep your gaze down, and then inhale, find length. And exhale, bend the right elbow to touch the left knee. Great. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend. See if you can cultivate that ujjayi audible breath. So it's like a soft snore. Nice. And then once you've done 3, release it down. Curl the toes under again. Come to sit on the heels. And we're going to rub the palms together really, really fast here. So rubbing the palms together, creating heat, maybe squeezing the face, maybe smiling, I don't know if it's good. And then when you're ready, we're going to shake the hands. So really, really shake, as if you're shaking water off your hands. And then take the palms and bring them to your face. Feel that warmth. And then we're going to rub the hands together again. Rub, rub, rub. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths, rub a little faster, and then when you're ready, shake them off. Just shake it, let it go, and then take your hands to your heart space. Feel the warmth of your palms on your skin, and maybe feel your heartbeat, or try. See if you can feel it. Amazing. One more breath. And then as you're ready, we'll slowly come back to tabletop. Find your foundation and then tuck the toes under and begin to lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. So work it out a little bit in downward dog, Adho Mukha. You can bend the knees generously. Try and get the navel, so the belly, to the thighs. So we're trying to create like a nice length in the low back, and then rotate the upper arm bones and the shoulders away, so there's space between ears and shoulders, and press into your fingertips so that you take some pressure out of the wrists. And then we're pedaling out the legs as much as feels good, and eventually we'll start to slowly step one foot in front of the other and walk towards the front of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. You can grab the elbows, rock a little side to side here. stay conscious of your breath. Keep trying to make it a little bit fuller, a little bit noisier. And then pressing into the feet, we're going to slowly roll up to standing. Really slow it down. This is like a zombie move coming up. Slowly, the chin untucks. Last thing. And then find Tadasana mountain pose. So draw the tailbone down a little bit so that you can feel that your hips are underneath you. You feel like strong. You're standing up in one tall line like a tree. And then open your palms to the front. And on your next inhale, we'll lift the arms up to the sky. And exhale, bring the arms down. And this is going to be our flow. Inhale, when you're ready, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. Bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen up, arms up, hands up, maybe take a back bend. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down to Uttanasana. So head hangs heavy. And then on your inhale, we'll come to a halfway lift. So you can have the palms on the tops of the thighs, finding length in the spine, remembering the neck, so keeping your gaze down or slightly in front. Or maybe you'll have your fingers on the ground, but don't sacrifice that length in your spine. And then exhale, release it down. And on one big expansive breath in, we're going to lift the arms all the way up to the sky, stand up. And exhale, hands to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to forward fold. Take your time. Inhale, we'll come to a halfway lift like we were before. And exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up, hands together, up overhead. Maybe look up at your hands. And exhale all the way down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Just find a feeling of length in the spine. And then exhale, fold it down. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Maybe clap your hands at the top. Jai Namaste. If you missed that, you can try it again. Inhale, arms up, clap. Exhale, hands. So that's a joyful namaste. And then with your hands at heart center, we're going to rub them together again. Maybe sway a little side to side if that feels good. And then once again, just shake out your wrists. Shake it off. Let it go. So energy cleansing. Loosen the shoulders. Loosen the knees. And then find some stillness. Connect to your feet. Open the palms forward. Take a breath. Great. So we're going to come sideways on the mat now. Take the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Find a buoyancy in your knees. And we're going to start to swing the arms side to side. So this is a knocking on heaven's door, a Kundalini move. And it's just fun. Don't think too hard about it. We're literally just having these noodle arms swinging side to side. If you want to incorporate your breath, though, you can try exhaling on one side and inhaling on the other. Like that. Or you can even try exhaling on both sides like this. So it's a sharp exhale as your hands swing and your hands kind of slap your legs. And then when you're ready, slow it down. Let your arms just relax. And then we'll come to a star pose. So widen the feet a little bit wider. Take the hands out. Spread your fingers. And then inhale. And exhale. Stick your tongue out. Lion's breath. Inhale. Don't think about it. Exhale. Stick your tongue out. Just be willing to let that go. Whatever it is. I just got hair in my mouth in the video. Take your hands to heart center now. Stand up tall and take a breath. And now we're going to go into goddess pose. So take the toes out, bend the knees, send the knees just over the ankles. So we're almost kind of coming into like a square. And I'm just demonstrating just to show you in profile. You're drawing the tailbone down and the hips forward. So it's a little bit less of like your traditional butt back squat and more of kind of imagining you're between two panes of glass. But it's just the idea. So really we're just bending the knees, tracking the knees over the ankles, and trying to keep the heart over the hips, palms pressed together. You can keep your palms pressing together here in Goddess, or if you feel like it, you can open the arms and take right angles in your elbows. So palms face forward, spread your fingers. Sink a little deeper down. Take a deeper breath. Great, and then take your hands in front. We're going to cross the left elbow under the right, bend at the elbows, and then take the palms up. So we have eagle arms. You can see I'm swaying side to side. Connect to your power. Inhale, and then exhale, release. So we're switching the arms now. Take the right arm under the left elbow, bend at the elbows, and then bring the hands up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, go a little lower. You can do it. And then when you're ready, release. Really, really nice. Last thing here in this sequence, we're going to take clasp the fingers together behind, bend the elbows, and then straighten the arms and draw the fists down and away. And then as you draw the fists down and away, we're going to lengthen the torso forward, 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 and come into a forward fold. So if it's too much to come into this forward fold with the hands clasped, you can just go halfway, or you can release the hands and take a forward fold without the bind. So just having wide legs and the torso down towards the ground, using your hands to support you, or even using a block or a book or a chair. So we're getting the heart below the pelvis. And then when you're ready, slowly, slowly roll it back up. Maybe open the throat. And if your hands are clasped, you're going to really enjoy this exhale and release. Great. We're going to heel toe the feet back together. So keep the feet really together, stand up tall, roll the shoulders, stay soft in the upper body, strong in the lower body. And then inhale, we're going to lift the right knee up and hug it in. So clasp the arms around the right shin. Draw circles with that right ankle. And then taking the right knee with the right hand, we're going to open the right hip, taking the right knee out to the side. So if you want, you can straighten that leg, grabbing the toe, coming into the full pose here. But I really like just doing this hip open balance pose. So you're grabbing the knee, opening that hip. And then we're going to transition into a tree pose, Vriksasan. So you can take the sole of the right foot to press into the inner left thigh, or you can press the right foot into the lower left shin. No, I was right. Or you can just keep that right toe on the ground, just if balance is tough. And if balance is really easy for you, you can challenge yourself. So take the hands maybe at the third eye, palms together, maybe even take the palms up. So swaying tree. It's actually really windy as I'm videoing this. So it was tough. And just to say, if you're falling out like I am, that's okay. Just laugh it off, literally shake it off, and then come back into your balancing posture, center. Maybe find a drishti, a focus point, an unmoving spot in front to look at, to center yourself. So we're just playing. As you exhale, release that foot, take the legs out wide, and just do a little bit of a funky bounce, and we're going to come right back into our knocking on heaven's door, swinging the arms from side to side. Keep the arms down, or you can kind of come into this fun dab. If you know what a dab is, it's keeping the arms up as high as the shoulders. So it's almost like you're taking something and you're just throwing it to the side. Or if it feels better, just to keep the arms like noodles and move them around side to side. When you're ready, relax the arms, take a breath. In and out. Really, really nice. Come back to Tadasana, so feet come together. We're going to lift the left knee up. Grab the left shin with the hands, rotate that ankle. Lift up from the sternum, the chest, and the crown of the head. So we're really open in the front body, grounded in the back body. And then when you're ready, you're going to take the left knee and draw it out to the left side. So we're opening the left hip. Should feel a stretch there. Maybe finding a place in front that isn't moving, like a drishti, what we call in Sanskrit. Something to focus the gaze to help with balance. And then don't forget your deep breaths. Grounding breaths, cleansing breaths. We're going to move into tree pose. So take the left foot to press into the upper right thigh or the right shin, or just rest that foot on the ground. Take the hands to the heart space. Press your palms together. Lift up from your sternum. You could be swaying, you could be falling, you could be closing your eyes, really challenging your balance. As long as you're having fun and paying attention to your breath, you're doing it perfectly. So I'm taking my thumbs here to my third eye, just as a challenge. And you can also take your hands up to the sky. Gaze up to the third eye. Vrksasana, tree pose. Take one more breath, and then when you're ready, exhale, release. Soften it out, let it go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big breaths. Inhale and exhale, maybe out through pursed lips or a sigh. We're going to come to the front of the mat now and take the arms up to the sky and a breath in, and exhale, forward fold. On your breath in, we'll come to halfway lift as we were before, and exhale down. We're going to step the feet back now to downward dog. You can pedal it out, shake the hips, melt your heart down. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale the right leg up. So three-legged dog. If this is too much, you can just do what we did before, where you're on the knees and you extend the right leg out in tabletop. So it's the same thing. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, we're going to draw that knee into the chest. Perfect. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend the knee and try and touch it to your chest or to your nose. Inhale, extend that leg, stretch, and exhale. We're going to take the right foot forward and come into a low lunge. So go ahead and lower your back knee down to the ground. See if you can be light on your fingers, so open your chest forward. If you need to be on a book or on blocks here on either side of the foot, that can help to bring the earth up a bit. You can keep the back knee down on the ground, or you can lift it, as we're going to lift the torso up now, bringing the chest over the hips, drawing the right hip crease back, and then maybe lifting the arms up to the sky, keeping space between the arms and shoulders. So the right knee is bent, left heel is drawing back, right hip is drawing back, so we have two hip creases pointing forward. And then we're going to grab the left wrist and take a very subtle, very gentle stretch to the right. So this might be a lot to balance. Keep your center, so keep that navel drawing in. Exhale, come back to the middle, and then we're going to open out to the left. So pivot on the left foot. We come into warrior two. Right knee is still bent, right toes point forward. Arms out wide. Inhale and exhale. Take a look down at your feet and just check to see if they're in one straight line. So two heels are kind of in one line. Feel your feet. So it's more important, I think, to feel strong and grounded here than anything else. And then we're going to come into a side angle. So rest the right elbow down on the right thigh. Extend the torso forward over that right leg, and maybe take the left arm up over. Inhale, and then exhale, we'll transition into an extended triangle, peaceful triangle. And then we'll come into a full triangle, so drawing the hips back, extending the torso forward, hips back, torso forward, and then letting the right hand relax down on either the shin or on a block or a book or on the floor, and then the left arm comes up to the sky. So I'm just demoing a couple options for people who've been practicing a while. Sometimes it's fun to keep that right hand lifted off the ground to really challenge the core, but that's really not necessary if this is, difficult. And then we're going to pivot everything back to the front and come back to a low lunge. And then when you're ready, draw the hips back. So we start to straighten the right leg, just enough that you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. So you could keep your knees bent. It just depends on how you're feeling today, how much you straighten that leg. And if you want more of a stretch, you can really flex the right foot and draw the right toes up to the sky. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to transition back to low lunge and then take the right foot back to a downward facing dog. In downward dog, you'll pedal out the feet. Take your time getting there. Take a breath in and out. And then we're going to extend the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. So you can do this again just in table, knees down, extending the left leg back. If you're in downward dog with the left leg up to the sky, see if you can square your hips and point the left toes down. As you exhale, we'll draw the left knee to the nose. Squeeze, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to the nose, squeeze. And inhale, lengthen. Great, last time, inhale, exhale, squeeze. And then we're going to hop the left foot forward. So we come into a low lunge on the other side. Drop the right knee down to the ground. Work to open the chest forward, open your heart. You might bring the earth up to you with books or blocks so you can just feel light on your fingers. And then keep that back knee lowered or lifted. We'll come to a high lunge, bringing the upper body over the pelvis, drawing the tailbone down. So you can imagine there's like a bowl of noodles in your pelvis and you're trying not to spill the water, if that's an image that makes sense. But really we're drawing the left hip back, right hip forward, and then drawing the tailbone down so that the front of the hips feels open and lifted. And then arms can come up by the ears. You're doing great. As you're ready, we're going to transition to Warrior 2. So we're pivoting on the right foot now, bending in the left knee, pressing down through the outer edge of that right foot. So your right toes are pointing forward, and then your left toes are pointing to the top of the mat, and then arms are out wide. As you're ready, we'll transition to extended side angle. Left elbow comes to the top of the left thigh, right arm comes up. Maybe take the right arm further up so the right arm comes to the ear. Spread your fingers, breathe. And then as you're ready, slowly release. Straightening that left leg, that should feel nice, and then coming to peaceful triangle. And then slowly we'll come to full Trikonasana triangle. So draw the hips back, left leg is straight. We'll bring the heart forward towards that left foot, and then eventually take the left hand down to the shin or to the floor. And again, draw your navel to your low back to really just protect your spine and engage your core. And then lift the low rib, so the left low rib cage lifts up to the sky. We're really twisting in the torso. And then don't forget about your neck. Make sure you're soft in the jaw. On your exhale, we'll pivot the arms forward and come back to a low lunge. Take your time. Lower the back knee. Lift the heart forward. Inhale and exhale. Take the hips back. Hamstring stretch. Maybe keeping the knee nice and bent. Maybe beginning to straighten that leg. Maybe having the hands on blocks or books so that you can really feel lifted and supported. And then maybe flexing those left toes for a little bit of an extra stretch in the hamstrings. Breathing deep. And maybe remembering your intention. Really nice. We'll come back to low lunge. bending the knee, and then stepping that left foot back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and then take a big sigh. Inhale, and a big sigh. Nice, amazing. Slowly lower your knees down to the ground. Come to sit on the heels, and then take the hands to the heart, palms on the chest. Inhale, big breath, and exhale. Just letting something go, whatever needs to go. And then making our way slowly and gently to Balasana, Child's Pose. So taking the forehead down towards the ground, maybe resting it on a block if it doesn't make it all the way down to the mat, and swimming the arms around towards the feet, coming into a little pebble shape. And then as you're ready, slowly keeping the chin tucked, you'll roll back up, and we'll finish in Sukhasana where we started, a nice comfortable seat, cross-legged position. If you want to come to Shavasana, you're more than welcome to lay on your back here, get comfortable and take a nice 5 or 10 minute corpse pose. The other option is to finish this energy cleansing practice in meditation. So taking a comfortable seat, a place where you can feel lifted in the spine, open in the heart, and just rest. Don't worry about doing anything. Notice if there's any change in your body, change in your energy. Let your breath just be a nice natural ebb and flow. And soften anything that needs softening. You're doing great. Just one more minute. If you want to stay in meditation after this video is over, really, that would be great. Please do. I'll take my hands together at my heart. And thank you so much for being here, practicing. And I wish you light and comfort. Thank you. Namaste.